Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today I got some combos for the Lunalight deck I posted. This is just a copy-paste of the Master Duel Lunalight deck, and I'm going to show you a demonstration of how this deck works. Now, I honestly should have done this prior, because a lot of people coming into Master Duel haven't played the TCG. I kind of forgot that a lot of people coming in are going to be from Duel Links or just completely brand new to Yu-Gi-Oh! So I can't just say, yeah, this is what you do, and then that's it. I kind of need to show you what's going on. And while I'm going to show you, it's kind of important for you to listen, because I should have made a better point that this deck is incredibly flexible. It can go about several different types of win conditions with this exact same setup. So I'm just going to show you some basic demonstrations of how this deck functions and how to minimize or maximize the value of each of your turns. So this is what you want. You want Tiger and Chick, and there are multiple consistency cards to get to this, such as Fire Formation Tinky, Foolish Burial Goods. Even cards like Armageddon Knight and Dark Grepher can help you get this setup. But in the case of just hard opening both of them is ideal, because the sequence on how you get to them matters. Like, if you activate Tinky to get one of them, your combo can be worse, because there's one less card you can activate that turn. But for this demonstration, let's just go, you hard open both of them. So we will normal Chick, activate the effect. For cost, we will send Yellow Martin. So this effect cannot get ashed. And if they negate it with Effect Failure or Imperm, it doesn't do anything, because the thing we wanted done, it has already been done. So now, we will activate Tiger to target Martin and special summon it. So, the thing about soft once per turns, when you see a once per turn with a colon, that means it's once per turn while that copy has stayed on the field. So you cannot activate this again while it's here, but if it leaves the field and comes back, you can trigger it again. But as of right now, let's put a counter on it to prove that it has been used. So what we are going to do, we're going to maximize this turn as hard as we can. So we are going to XZ summon into Force Tricks, and we are going to add a Zephyros from our deck to our hand. That's its effect. It can just detach to search a level 4 Darkwing Beast. And now we are going to activate Yellow Martin to bounce this to our hand and special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Now this, on the other hand, is a hard once per turn. This effect you can use each of its effects. If it's in your hand or graveyard, you can bounce a Lunalight card you control to special summon it from there, but banish it when it leaves the field. And if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you add one Lunalight spell or trap from your deck to your hand. But this is what you want to look for if you're wanting to know which kind of once per turn it is. You can only use each effect of Lunalight, Yellow Martin once per turn. When you see the card name and then once per turn, it is truly once per turn. You cannot do it again. But in the case of Tiger, you can, as soon as you just activate another one, you can do it again. So this turn is going to be very maximized. So we are going to go into the Link 2, which means our Martin gets banished, but don't worry about that. We are going to activate Barricade Board Blocker and activate its effect. We are going to discard one for cost, and during the end phase, we can add one continuous or field spell from our graveyard to our hand. We probably won't be doing that. But also, while it's on the field, Tiger cannot be destroyed by card effects, but that doesn't really matter. Now, we are going to activate Tiger again. And we are going to target Kaleido Chick to special summon it. And we are going... Here's the thing. I actually should say this. Whatever Tiger summons, effects are negated. But as we've established prior, you sending a monster from your deck to your graveyard is cost. And unless activations are being prevented, you can still pay the cost to activate these effects. So yes, this is negated, but I was able to send the Emerald Bird to the graveyard. And once again, I will demonstrate that this has used its effect on field. Now we are going to activate the Zephyros to target the Tiger, bounce it to our hand, we'll special summon Zephyros, and we will take 400 damage. Now, guess what we're going to do again? We're going to activate Tiger, and we are going to target the Emerald Bird and special summon it. Now, a counter again to demonstrate that it's been used. I think, yeah, okay. So what we are going to do here is we are going to go into Time Thief Redoer. We can activate the effect of Time Thief Redoer. Now, what's really interesting about this card is to activate its effect is to just declare it, but when it resolves, you detach. So that means it's a card effect to detach, which allows us to trigger our Emerald Bird by activating it, which will revive the Yellow Marten. And then, afterwards, we can go into really whatever we want. We could go into another rank 4, or we can make a 3-material Apollosa with a floating Redoer going around. But we can also go into Tiger King to search a Tenki to then do this same kind of thing. Like, if you're not worried about your opponent having multiple Feather Dusters or whatnot, we could go this route of just setting up even more Tigers in the back row. And we can search Tiger, and once again, like, because it's not once per turn, we can do it again by this one we searched. Here we go. And then, yeah, basically this. And then we can do whatever we want with these. And then, in the sake of this, is a very basic opening, but here's a 3-material Apollosa, and then a floating Redoer, and this only cost 2 cards from our hand. And that's a very basic demonstration of the kind of interactions you can do with this deck. This is very basic, but it's very effective. So if the rest of your hand isn't even combo extenders, but like Called by the Grave Maxi Ash Blossom, your opponent's going to struggle because you have so many disruptions for so little, and that's not even the point on why they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle because at the end of the turn, and your following turn, you have both of these in scale, which effectively means you have 4 monsters on the following turn. And that's the basic gist of this deck, but let's go into the more crazy hands so I can do some much more interesting demonstrations. Now, for the next demonstration I want to get off, I want to say this is the real good hand. So, what you need for this is anyway to Tiger Chick, and then you need Perfume in hand. I think there's a few ways that this doesn't fully pan out, like if you have to use Serenade Dance to get this set up, but it's fine. But for this combo, let's just go ahead and get into it. We're going to start off with Kaleido Chick, activate its effects, send Marten for cost, and then we are going to activate Lunalight Perfume to special summon Yellow Marten. And now we are going to summon Force Tricks, and again we are going to search Zephyros. Now you might see where this is going, like discarding it with the Perfume to get another search, but we can take it a step further from here. And like I said, a lot of the times you want to maximize what your hand does. So we will activate Tiger to revive Yellow Marten, and then we will link these 2 into Lambda. So while this card is face up on the field, you can activate the effects of Psyframe Gear monsters in your hand even while you control monsters. And then its other effect is if a face up Psychic monster is banished while you control this, during the end phase you can search a Psyframe card. So both of those effects we need. But now, since this Tiger's used its effect, we're going to activate Yellow Marten to special summon itself, and then we're going to activate Tiger again to revive Kaleido Chick. And with Kaleido Chick, we will just send another Yellow Marten. Now, we are going to overlay these 2 into Redoer. And with Redoer, like I said, it detaches by effect. So by effect, we will detach Martin to banish it. Chainlink 1 will be Martin, and Chainlink 2 will be Lambda, or the other way around, depending on how you want to sequence this combo. But we'll make Lambda Chainlink 1, so this can't get Ash Blossom, but Yellow Martin can. But if they don't have it, because this is a demo, we will add Serenade Dance. And now we will banish the Perfume to discard the Serenade Dance to search another Tiger. And then we will activate the Serenade Dance, banish it, send Zephyros from our hand to the grave to special summon another Kaleido Chick from our deck. And we will activate this Kaleido Chick just to send Emerald Bird from the deck to the grave. And now we will activate the other Tiger to revive Yellow Martin. Or Kaleido Chick, my bad. And then finally, with Yellow Martin, we will send the last non-link Lunalight. So with this basic setup, we have all the unlinked, unpendulum Lunalights in grave outside of the third Tiger still in deck, and the Kaleido Chick, one Kaleido Chick still in deck. But that's pretty cool, because it means we get to toolbox any one of these in the following turn, especially White Rabbit, which can bounce back row and create additional bodies on its own. So that's pretty cool. So we will link these two into Zephyros, or not Zephyros, IP Masquerena. And then we will bounce with Zephyros to special summon itself. We will take 400 damage. And then we will activate the Tiger one last time to revive just any Lunalight name, preferably one you already have in grave. And then, this is why I say the win condition can get flexible, because if you use Tinky as a consistency booster, you can go Tiger King, or let me rephrase it, you'd have to order this differently where the Zephyros is a material, because both of these need to be Beast Warriors. But you can do that and set the Fire Formation counter trap. But we didn't do that, so let's go ahead and make one of two boards, depending on the matchup or depending on which you feel is the safest. We could go Baguska. We pretty much turn off all monster effects on field except link monsters, and then during the end phase, we can search a Delta, and our Redoer will float back. So now, monster effects on field outside of link monsters don't do anything, and when they activate a spell, we can just negate it with Delta, and then once both of them hit the field, we can then use IP Masquerena to link them away into a Link 4. But you can go another route if you don't want to turn off your Redoer, and let's go for this instead. We will go for the Zodiac. So here's Trident, and during the end phase, instead of searching Delta, you can search Gamma. And this works also pretty nice, because what's really cool about Trident is you can use it proactively in this situation as well. Because not only does Tiger have an insane pendulum scale effect, but its monster effect is when this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use that effect once per turn. So that effect is hard once per turn, but it doesn't care who triggers it. So you can use Trident to pop one of them for the extra extender, and then if you have another way to a level 4, you can make another rank 4. So some very, very cool plays with that. But Trident's also very good against Eldritch. They have to use a lot of resources just to out it, and it prevents cards like Conquistador and can pop floodgates before they resolve, so you can play just fine. And if they try to go Golden Lord to out it, you just negate with Gamma, and then link IP and the Gamma stuff to pretty much make whatever you want, and then the Eldritch player is pretty far behind. And not to mention, if you're playing against Eldritch, the chances of Redoer grabbing a trap from your opponent's deck are like 90-something%, so that's also a really strong disruption. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I hope this is like a better demonstration of this deck, because I should have realized that a lot of Master Duel players are pretty new to the TCG and pretty new to just Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. So I have to be a little more thorough with how I explain decks, because like as a TCG player talking to other TCG players, like yeah, this is what we know, but for someone not in the know, this doesn't mean much of anything. But hopefully this demonstration and these combo tutorials help give you an idea of what you need to be doing. But also, remember, this list, I am maximizing the potential of this list. Nothing is stopping you from having a completely different extra deck with a completely different win condition and some completely different main deck cards to facilitate that same win condition around rank 4s or links or whatever. So you can change Lunalights to be whatever win condition you kind of want to go with in the case of maybe Tri-Brigade or Orcust or whatever, or even Fire Fist. It's genuinely up to you. I just want to give a very, very basic demonstration of this deck with probably the most basic list that you could play. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Dinnerflax will take your soul.